How you doing? My name is Peter.
My name is Lori.
And we're here to review Night School.
Or not. So Night School is the latest movie starring Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish, latest comedy out. It's a story of Teddy Walker as a successful salesman whose life takes an unexpected turn when he accidentally blows up his place of employment. Forced to attend night school to get his GED, Teddy soon finds himself dealing with a group of misfit students, his former high school nemesis, and a feisty teacher who doesn't think he's too bright. So, Night School. What did you think of it?
Actually, I really liked it, and I'm not huge on Kevin Hart films.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I really like this, but I do have to say the last, I think, 3 movies that I've seen him in have been really good.
Oh, okay.
Been really good, and actually steadily getting better. So
Oh, okay.
He's getting a lot better, and I'm really enjoying his movies.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen too many Kevin Hart movies, I have to be honest. This may have been the first one I seen him in. And he was in Jumanji. That's right. You mentioned that.
Yes.
Now, which I never. You like that a lot. I
Yes.
still haven't had a chance to see that. So this is basically my first Kevin Hart movie. Tiffany Haddish is a huge comic star right now, and really, in this movie, I could see why. I also want to mention this movie was directed by Malcolm D. Lee, who is a cousin of Spike Lee, but does not ride on his cousin's coattails at all. He's made a name for himself quite a bit. He directed the films. Let's see, he did was it Undercover Brother, which is a favorite of mine. I also love The Best Man. Was one of my favorite movies as well of his, and he did last year's Girls Trip, which I was a little mixed on. I have to admit.
And I really liked it.
You really like Girls Trip,
really
okay? You know, I think I had I caught Girls Trip a little late after all the buzz had been going, and actually I didn't catch it till it was on pay-per-view. And it was co-written by somebody from the TV show Insecure, which is another thing I love. So I think I had a certain level of expectation from it that, you know, I was a little disappointed with how it turned out, because I've seen some other things before from the director, from the writer. So anyway, we're not here to review Girls Trip. We're here to Night School. Night School, I was like, I'm always a little hesitant of going in to watch comedies because. For me, comedy has changed in probably the last 20 years, or actually hasn't changed. There's a lot of this type of broad comedy, just a lot of that. I kind of miss witty comedies, and so I haven't really wanted to see a lot more. So when this one came, I was like, oh, I hope I like it. Then when I saw Malcolm D. Lee's name, I love Undercover Brother, I love The Best Man, so I was like, okay, I'm going to be okay with this. And then, you know, going along earlier, I was like, yeah, there's some funny stuff, and it's all right. You know, it's not getting me. But I think later on, I think who really run me over was Tiffany Haddish in this movie. So
yeah, I first saw her in Girls Trip.
Yeah,
and I really liked her in there. I think she kind of got out front there for me because I kept looking and going. I really like her. Yeah. And she has some looks too that is in what would they say, my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I like that, but I think she is a very good actress, and I think in this movie she really got out front there, and I really liked her in it.
I think that's what I picked up on too. It's like in Girls School, I mean, there's a thing to be said, and you mentioned there's some criticism of her lately. She kind of plays that loud, abrasive black woman, which can be a stereotype and kind of be cringeworthy now. You know, it's like, do we have to have, you know, that funny black? And there's some of that in here, but she shows a lot of warmth. She does show a level of seriousness, and there's certain groundedness that I thought to myself watching her in this movie, is like, I can see her in a dramatic role and being really amazing in it. So there's just something that's just really solid about her. And on top of that, being extremely funny. And I thought she was very funny in this film. She brought a certain warmth to it for that character. And, you know, getting back to Kevin Hart, too, I thought he was pretty funny. I think as the movie went along, it started to win me over. And there was time I did laugh out loud. Definitely a lot of laugh out loud moments in this film. Not the kind of witty humor I usually appeals to me, but I thought it was worth going seeing in the movie theaters. You'll definitely get your money's worth.
Oh, definitely. I do think it's a movie that you should go see. There are a lot of things that you just don't see coming.
I just talked about one.
You know, and I really like that. And I know that Tiffany is coming out in another movie for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that
looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think she played the roles that they give her. She plays them well. I really like. I like the way she presents everything. She's very clear. And in this movie, in Night School, she plays a teacher of a night class, and I think she really plays it very, very well. So with that, whoever wrote it did a good job. Whoever directed it did a really good job. And whoever edited it, I thought it was perfect because everything seemed to be right where it needed to be. So on all those points, Kevin Hart, the crew, everything. Yeah. Everybody was on point.
Yeah, and I just want to mention a couple other people in it. Some comic names, you might be familiar with their faces, if not their names, like Rob Riggle, who was on The Daily Show for a long time. Was it Maryland? Was it Rice Cub? Who's been on a ton of things, and also there was a Romany Malco, who I remember from 40-Year-Old Virgin, who was great in that movie. And it's good to see him. He's been in a ton of things, so it's always good to see him when he pops up. So they had quite an ensemble, comic ensemble, really strong. Yeah. You know what? I can't think who the guy who played the principal. He's another name too, and I can't think of who he was.
Because I really liked when he would switch and do his black voice. Oh man, he was so funny. Yeah. And Rob, he played this typical guy, and it was
typical kind of like jock type, former jock type.
He
plays a lot of
former jock nerd.
Yeah.
Kind of, and he did it really well.
Yeah.
He did it really well.
Yeah, he's good at that.
He was really good. So. But I think everybody in there played a very good role, played to their role, and you immediately just went with the movie, and that was it. So.
You'll enjoy this movie. I think it's worth going to see in a theater. You know, or you can wait for it at home video. It's very broad humor, so if you don't mind that type of broad humor, you'll like it. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh, and Kevin, if you're watching, I was Iron Man at your son's party.
Or the character rental service of the stars.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So shall we wrap up night school?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I would say
ring the bell for night school.
Definitely go. Yeah. Ring the bell for night school.
Right. You'll have a good time.
Yeah, you will. You really will. It's a good date movie. It's good just if you just want to get away and watch something. It is well worth the money you spend. So, yeah, go see it in the theaters. It's a good movie.
All right. We out.
Out.